Here's a psychology truth most people don't want to hear. Not having friends doesn't always mean you're lonely. Sometimes it means your personality is rare. Psychologists have noticed that people with very few or no friends often share specific personality patterns, and once you understand them, you might see yourself differently. Trait 1. Deep observation. Instead of social energy. The first trait is deep observation. Some people don't avoid friendships because they hate people, they simply watch more than they participate. They analyze tone, behavior, and hidden motives, and that level of awareness makes shallow connections feel exhausting. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Trait 2. Extremely high standards for connection. Many people without friends don't struggle socially, they struggle with low-quality interaction. They don't chase attention, they wait for depth. And because depth is rare, their circle becomes small or empty. Here's the harsh part. Some people don't feel misunderstood because others reject them. They feel misunderstood because they think differently from the crowd. And difference often creates distance. But the next trait is something most people completely misjudge. Trait 3. Emotional self-sufficiency. People with few friends often learn to regulate their own emotions. Instead of relying on constant validation, they process feelings internally. Psychology calls this emotional independence. And while it looks like isolation, it's often a form of strength. Trait 4. Preference for meaning over social status. Another rare trait is valuing meaning over popularity. They don't chase social approval, they question trends. They think long-term instead of socially. And that mindset naturally separates them from group dynamics. If that sounds familiar, it might not mean something is wrong with you. It might mean your brain simply operates differently. Trait 5. Highly selective trust. The fifth trait is selective trust. People who have been deeply self-aware often don't open up easily, not because they're cold, but because they understand how rare genuine connection really is. This happens because the human brain seeks similarity. When someone thinks deeper or processes emotions differently, the brain struggles to find matching social patterns. So instead of forcing connection, some individuals retreat into solitude. And over time, that solitude becomes normal. But here's the part nobody talks about. People without many friends often develop stronger self-reflection, better emotional control, and clearer personal identity. They spend more time understanding themselves than performing socially. And that changes how they see the world. So if you feel like you don't fit into social circles, don't immediately assume it's a weakness. Instead, ask yourself, are you avoiding connection or are you waiting for something real? Because the difference between loneliness and rarity is awareness. Sometimes the quietest personalities aren't empty. They're simply selective. And psychology suggests selectivity often comes from depth,